Well, good morning. It's day 11 on the Heysen Trail, the final leg of my Aussie Triple Crown. Well, as you saw, I got down to Wilmington yesterday. Had a good night down there. Ended up staying in the kitchen instead of staying in the tent. The kitchen had a slow combustion fire going in there, so it was a lot warmer in there. Did some editing. Had a nice breakfast this morning, and a couple from Western Australia that I met in the caravan park, they just dropped me back to the trail. So that was very kind of them. And so now it's clear skies, as you can tell. It still feels cold, but it's about 7 degrees. Just the slightest of breeze here. So it'll probably still be a bit breezy up on Mount Remarkable, but nothing like yesterday. Holy moly. And looks like that weather pattern has now moved over to New South Wales and is heading towards New Zealand as well, so the whole country is getting a taste of it. But looking forward to today. So the first probably stop, I think it's I don't know, 17, 18 kilometres from here, is Gray's Hut. That was going to be my bailout point if the weather was really bad. I could stay there the night, but it looks like it'll probably be alright, so I'll be able to go over Mount Remarkable and then down to Melrose, where I'll probably stay tonight. So on that note, catch you all down the trail. Alright, I've reached Stony Creek campsite, what's left of it. I'm just sitting on the platform. There's no water tank or any shelter here anymore. Count of all these, I think if there was a burn off and it got out of hand, burnt everything. But I've been walking up Stony Creek Road, and I've had to cross over Stony Creek about 6 or 7 times, and as you can see, there's heaps of water in there at the moment. Normally I think it's just a dry affair, but so crossing them was a bit tedious. I managed to keep my feet dry on the most part, but I had to go searching often for some stepping rocks and stuff to get over, so it wasn't just a straightforward affair. So, but it's good to see all the water running like this. Be interesting to see what those dry creek beds were further north in the Flinders, where I was before, what they're looking like at the moment, because they were pretty dry. So and those ones you were walking down, so it'd be interesting to what it'd be like now. Now I'm having a little break here, and then I've got 14 k's to go to Gray's Hut. That should get me there about 1 o'clock-ish, and I'm thinking I might have some lunch there before I summit Mount Remarkable and then head into Melrose. So I'll catch you down the trail. Well, I've got about 1.5 k's to go to the Gray's Hut, but I've got another stream to negotiate. So let me see what we can do. Well, that was interesting. It wasn't really a good spot. There was an old log going across the creek. There was spiky and stuff. I had to throw my walking sticks over and nearly lost them down the stream. So anyway, we made it. I wonder how many other walkers in the past walking the Heysen have had problems following creeks and crossing creeks. I have a feeling that's a fairly unique situation I've got here. Anyway, I'm looking forward to lunch, so I'll catch you at the hut. Alright, that was a great lunch to have down there at Gray's hut. That was a hut that was built next to the old original hut, so the fireplace was still there, but the rest was gone. But so they built this new hut, which is pretty cool. You could sleep in there. The bench outside was really nice. Anyway, I'm now heading up to Mount Remarkable. It's about 4 kilometres of climbing, like in distance, and about 250 metres or so of altitude. And then about 7 kilometres down to the town of Melrose, where I'm going to hopefully stay the night. So it's coming a bit cloudy now, and it's a bit cool now, as you can tell from my attire. But we love hiking. There's been a bit of a slog coming up here. We're nearly at the top. It's 3:10 and we're at 900 metres according to my Garmin. And I just want to show you something. Check this out. That there is remnants of snow last night. Can you believe it? That's amazing. They said there might be snow up here. Well, I've got proof. Woo! Oh well, we're nearly at the top and need to get going. Catch ya. They must have had a decent amount of snow up here this morning or overnight for still little patches like that to be visible this late in the afternoon. I mean, it's been overcast for probably at least half the day. It hasn't been too sunny, and it certainly isn't warm. I can see my breath. But it's amazing it's still hanging around. Yeah, I'm nearly at the top now. I think I can see the top. And then I've got a good 7 kilometres of downhill. And I don't know what sort of track that will be, but we'll see. Well, I've checked into the caravan park here in Melrose. I'm coming to you from the kitchenette, as you can see. Had a shower. The shower was left a lot to be desired, but anyway, it was hot, so that was the main thing. Then I've ended up having a lovely pizza, wood-fired pizza it was. And now I'm down here having a hot drink. All in all, it's a pretty good day. Ended up being longer than I expected as usual. Ended up doing 37 kilometres. And I did 1500 climbing and just under 1600 of descending. So it was a reasonably big day, but it was way better than yesterday, I tell you. It was cool, it was cold today, but hardly any wind and pleasant walking. So unfortunately the views weren't the best from up on top of Mount Remarkable. But what's remarkable is I did not expect this to happen. There was snow up there still at 3 o'clock. I think I showed you that before, which is amazing. There wasn't just one little piece. I saw many places where there was snow. And still in the afternoon, shows you A, that it snowed a fair bit up there, and B, that it's still pretty cold up there. So it took me an awful long time to get down, much longer than I expected. There was a lot of these scree fields that were just soul destroying, literally, as in the soul and the soul's feet. But anyway, we got here, so I'm just going to enjoy my hot drink, contemplate life, and probably head off to bed and do it all over again in the morning. Catch you later. Love hiking.
Today's gonna be a good day.